Hi friends, this is Dr. Satish S. Bornare, Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Kekewa College of Agriculture, Nasik. Today we are going to learn the topic lac operon model of protein synthesis. So friends, before we go into detail in lac operon, we can see what is gene regulation actually is. So friends, there are two types of genes, housekeeping genes or constitutive genes, and second one is a constructive genes. So the genes that encode a product required in maintenance of basic cellular processes or cell architecture are called as a housekeeping genes or constitutive genes, while the constructive genes is an unregulated genes and whose expression is uninterrupted, means they are expressed continuously in contrast to the regulated expression of a gene. And the studies of this bacterial genetics indicate that all genes not only specify the structure of an enzyme, but some of them also regulate the expression of other genes, and these genes are called as regulator genes. And this concept of gene regulation was came into light when two scientists, that is F. Jacob and J. Monod, in 1961 while working with E. coli found or proposed the operon concept. And according to this concept, gene regulation in prokaryotes and bacteriophages involves structural genes, the operator region, the promoter region, the regulator genes, a repressor protein, and inducer. So, for these studies, the scientists were awarded with a Nobel Prize later on. And classical example of this gene regulation in prokaryote is a lac operon of E. coli. So friends, here lac is for the lactose and operon is a genetic unit that consists of one or more structural genes and adjacent operator promoter region that control the transcriptional activity is called as operon, and the operator and promoter are upstream to the structural genes. Thus, this operon means the group of closely linked genes which act together and code for various enzymes required for particular biochemical pathway. In case of lac operon of E. coli bacteria, the lac means lactose, and here we can see in the diagram a lac operon showing its genes and its binding sites. So there are structural genes present. There are three structural genes, lac Z, lac Y, and lac A. We can see in diagram which are in green color. And upstream to these structural genes there are operator region, upstream to that there are promoter region, and upstream to that there are a regulatory gene denoted by I. And the enzymes encoded by these structural genes are given below, that is beta galactosidase, lactose permase, and thiogalactoside transacetylase. So this is the lac operon in E. coli. Before we go into detail in a mechanism, we can see the different genes or regions in a lac operon. First one is a structural genes. So this lac operon of E. coli composed of three structural genes, as we see earlier, lac Z, lac Y, and lac A. The lac Z genes encode for an enzyme beta galactosidase which converts lactose into glucose and galactose. So friends, this enzyme beta galactosidase coded by lac Z gene breaks the lactose into glucose and galactose. The second gene, lac Y gene, code for an enzyme permase which facilitate the entry of lactose into the bacterial cells. And third gene, that is lac A gene, specify an enzyme thiogalactoside transacetylase which transfer an acetyl group from acetyl coenzyme A to the beta galactosidase. So these are the three different genes that code for different enzymes and their metabolism. Hence, all these three genes produced in the lac-operon are required for the metabolism of lactose, and such genes which are sequential and transcribed as a single mRNA from a promoter are called as a structural genes. And the mRNA synthesized is the polycystonic mRNA. Polycystonic means the mRNA having more than 2 cistrons. Only the last cistron has signals for the termination of transcription. The second region upstream to the structural genes are operator region, and this operator lies immediately upstream to the structural genes between the promoter and structural genes. And operator is the target site for the attachment of repressor protein produced by the regulator gene. Binding of the repressor with operator prevents the initiation of transcription by RNA polymerase, and when this operator region is free, the RNA polymerase can bind to the promoter to initiate the mRNA synthesis. So friends, in brief, what operator region is, we can see here the detailed functioning of this operator region we can see later on. Here we only see what actually this region is in brief. The second region is promoter region. The actual site of this transcription initiation is known as a promoter region, and it also lies upstream to the structural genes and next to the operator region, as we can see in the diagram. mRNA transcription by structural gene is catalyzed by enzyme RNA polymerase, and this enzyme first binds to the promoter region and then moves along to the operator region and the structural genes. So this promoter region is a actual site of transcription initiation. Then regulator gene. So regulator gene, that denoted by I, specifies a repressor protein which, in the absence of the inducer, here lactose is the inducer in lac-operon, bound to the operator region, that is O, and thereby inactivating operator and preventing the transcription of 3 structural genes by RNA polymerase. This is the role of regulator genes. We can see later on. And in presence of inducer, that is lactose, the repressor is inactivated by interaction with inducer. This allows RNA polymerase to bind the promoter, allowing the transcription of adjacent structural genes. So there are two conditions when inducer is present and inducer is absent, and the role of regulator gene is as given. And next one is a repressor. So repressor is a protein molecule specified by the regulator gene, and this repressor may be in active form or inactive form. So there are the two forms of the repressor. When it is in active form, repressor binds to the operator region and prevents the transcription, and when it is in inactive form, the transcription takes place. Last one is the inducer. The inducer binds to the repressor, making it inactive such that it cannot bind to the operator. So friends, here the inducer is the lactose, and this lactose bind to the repressor, making it inactive, and so that it cannot bind to the operator when it is present. RNA polymerase pathway is cleared, allowing the expression of structural genes. Means when this inducer is present, the RNA polymerase pathway is cleared and allowing the expression of structural genes. A few molecules of lactose present in the cytoplasm of E. coli are metabolized into allolactase, which is isomer of lactose, and such a molecule that induce the expression of any operon by binding to the repressor are called as inducer, and such operon are inducible operon. So friends, the inducer in case of lac-operon is lactose, and due to its presence, it induces the regulation. That's why it is an inducible type of operon in E. coli. Here is gene regulation of lac-operon. So the mechanism or the mechanism or regulation of the lac operon is divided into two. First one is when lactose is absent, and second one is when lactose is present. So friend, lactose is an inducer in case of lac operon. We can see here when this lactose is absent, how this gene is going to be regulated. So the lac-I is transcribed and mRNA is translated. When lactose is absent, the lac-I, that is lac-I region is a regulatory gene is transcribed and mRNA is translated. As we can see in the image, the lac repressor is produced by the lac-I region, that is regulatory genes. The repressor binds to the operator region and blocks the RNA polymerase. We can see in diagram the blue color lac repressor is going to be bind at the operator region and thus block the RNA polymerase. When the RNA polymerase is blocked, there is no transcription, means the transcription of the structural gene is going to be stopped. Thus enzyme for the lactose metabolism, these three enzymes we are see earlier, are not synthesized because there is no lactose to metabolize. Thus when lactose is absent, lactose metabolizing enzymes are not produced. So this is the on-off mechanism of lac operon in E. coli. When lactose is absent, the lactose metabolizing enzymes are not produced. And when there is lactose present, the lac repressor is still synthesized. We can see in the diagram below, the lac repressor is going to be synthesized, and the repressor is now can bind to the lactose because lactose is inducer and is present over here. After binding to the lactose, the repressor undergoes a conformational changes. So conformational changes means the change in size and shape. With this change, the lac repressor is unable to bind to the operator region, and operator region here is a free, hence RNA polymerase is not blocked and is able to transcribe the structural genes of the operon, and the enzymes encoded by the genes are produced. So all these structural genes produce three enzymes which required for lactose metabolism. Thus when the lactose is present, all the lactose metabolizing enzymes are produced, and this is the case when lactose is present. Thank you friend. This is for educational purpose only and references are as below. Thanks once again for watching.